What are contact and non-contact forces?
Force is any interaction that will change the motion of an object unless it is stopped. It can move and stop objects, as well as change their shape. There are two main types of forces: contact forces and non-contact forces. Contact forces are forces that act when we make contact with an object. Friction, a force that stops things moving or slows things down. Push and pull. These forces move objects in a certain direction, either towards or away from the force's source. Changing shape. When we apply force, some objects, like clay, keep the shape we give them. Materials that are elastic return to their original state once we stop applying the force. Non-contact forces are forces that do not require contact with an object. That is why non-contact forces are also called invisible forces. Gravity, a force that attracts objects towards each other. Any object that has mass exerts a force of gravity. The more mass it has, the stronger its force of gravity is. The Earth has so much mass that its force of gravity pulls everything towards its center.
How do magnets stick to the fridge?
Magnetism is another invisible force that is also related to electricity. Magnetism. A magnet is an object that produces a force called magnetism. This force can either attract or repel. Certain metals can apply magnetic forces, for example, iron, nickel, and cobalt. Magnets have two poles, a south pole and a north pole. If we put two magnets together, the north pole will attract the south pole. The north pole will repel the other north pole, and so will the south poles. Electricity. All matter is made up of tiny particles. These particles can have a positive or a negative charge. Electricity is the movement of these charged particles. Batteries power a lot of devices without cords. A battery contains chemicals that react with each other to form particles with negative charges. These move from one end of the battery to the other, giving off electrical energy. We can combine magnets and electricity to convert electrical energy into movement. Inside an electric motor, there is a copper coil with electricity flowing through it. A magnet is placed near the coil, and its force causes the coil to rotate and move objects that are attached to it.